Right, welcome back to another upload of PTNZ. I'm Owen. Right, bit of a story. You're going to watch this video and you're going to see that I had the truck out and had it going with my tipper later on. So with the magic of editing, I'll put this in first just to tell you a bit of a story. There was no magic, will it run and is it going to move, start to the video. All I did was start the truck and realised that the clutch was stuck on it. Been sitting here for nearly 8 months. So a bit of mucking around and I put the truck in gear with the brakes off and flicked the starter, and I think that sort of did the trick. And then from then on it went. And you'll see a few clips, myself and my boy, him a bit of a play in it just out here on the beside our main workshop. It's quite wet around here at the moment, so sort of couldn't go far. And still got no windows and no visor, so it's about 90% this truck. It's a nice midwinter's day, so yeah, we've got the truck outside. It's got no windows in it, as you can tell. We've got my boy in it. He hasn't even got a license to drive a car yet, but he can drive the truck. I still haven't got the water temperature sensor unit in the engine. Let's put the old one back in. Give it a run. It's just backing up, it's going to get a run on it. today, since we had it running and it did move successfully, I've decided to attack the engine oil. It's a pretty cold day here today. It's warming up, the sun's coming out. I've already made a big mess. Got the kitty litter everywhere. Terrible. I've pre-filled the filter. I've put that on. And I noticed the drain plug was always wet. And I noticed that it's got some big grooves in it. I'll file it flat and put it back on, see what it does. It is a problem to change it obviously afterwards. The plug was clean, there was nothing on it. As I talked about previously, I hadn't got the history on this maintenance wise on this truck yet. I need to go and do that pretty soon. Sit down and dig it out of the computer system, see what's been done on it. Talking about the little run we had the other day, it was pretty successful. We played around, put the tip later on it. I didn't pre-grease the turntable. You see I marked a bit on the inside, just grabbed it, but I just wanted to check the turntable was going to lock and do all that type of thing. Really easy to operate, went good. Just grabbed the trailer. I didn't have a electrical line made up because I didn't want to steal one off my other truck. So I made one of those up. So I may go out later and hook it up to my other trailer and muck around with that. I've got some air lines ready to put on there now, which will belong to this. So overall, yeah, not bad. Looks good with the decal, sticker, transfer. Many names for them, I suppose. Air leveling valve worked good. It's something I wanted to try. I see it's dumped its air and it's slowly gone down. Still clearing the guards. I found another air leak on it while I was under there. I could just hear it. It's like cool. So I know it's got one. It's losing its air over 24 hours. It's going down. I realise it can bleed off back through the compressor valve and that as well. But yeah, it's certainly got a leak. It's just on one of the end of the air tanks. I'm not sure what the little valve is. So anyway, I'll keep putting the oil in. I just googled. I see it's 11 US gallons or 41.64 litres, I think it is. So we'll put some oil in it and dip it and see what it does once I fix the drain plug. Okay, I've put the 41 litres of oil in the engine, did the sump plug, filed the copper gas ring, and fixed the drain plug. It had issues. So this is the filler plug. Someone's been into here, and they've done the right thing. They put a spot of weld on there in case it all comes to pieces. But I was wondering why it wouldn't do up. Like you can't compress the rubber in it. So I'll try and get that undone there. I'll spin it off and have a look. So I undid that and I was looking in here and it's like it's got no thread. It can't work. So I'll pull all this to pieces and we'll rectify that, get that working a bit better. I don't want that to fall out. We'll lose some horsepower otherwise going down the road. What a mess. See what I can do. Right, the oil filler. I ended up putting a bigger washer on the focus on the back side and threaded the rod a bit more and all that and drilled it, put a pin through it. I like some of the early yellow engines I can think of. They had that same system and it used to come off and go through the timing gears. So yeah, I went and tried it in the truck. It works. That's pretty happy with that. So the next little drama I had while I was under there doing engine oil, I could hear one of my air leaks. Well, I thought it was a line. So I ended up getting to this unit here. And so in the end of one of the air tanks, it's got a valve in it here. Not having a parts book or a workshop manual, I can't give you a technical name for it. So it's a pressure related valve. And I've cleaned all that up. It was really dirty in there. It was bypassing the O-ring there and leaking out the barrel there. So this unit here, didn't realise it's actually got a gauze in it down in there. I set that back together so I can remember which way it went. It's amazing, eh? You don't know what's in airlines. Turn the studio lights on. Here down in there, there's a fine little gauze full of rubbish. I'll clean all that out. Yeah, it's an outline, comes out the valve and it goes up
into through the gauze and into this line here, and it buggers off somewhere up. It must be like an equalising, not sure, no idea. So my drama was, this is a non-serviceable valve, and it had all that in there with the spring and the shiny little washer here. That was over the end of it. Ignore these ones. It's just something I've been up to. Throw that in my parts department. Get rid of that in a minute. So it had like a muck metal piece around the outside edge here, just holding that washer on. I just touched it with a screwdriver and it just broke instantly, and everything come flying out. Luckily I found what was, I hope, everything. So I was thinking about, man, how am I going to fix that? Because it's a bit of a unique part, obviously. And all I need to do is retain that washer on there, which in turn holds that spring down inside the valve. And there's a bit of tension on it when it's in there. It's about half compressed, I think. So I was thinking about how to do all that. It's like, I don't know. Because the other thing is it's on the end of the tank, so it's going to be noticed underneath on an inspection. So I found a nice piece of aluminium. It's had a hole with a sleeve in it. I don't know, it's been something else. So I was thinking about all that. So that there will measure, I've measured it all up, and that'll go right onto there, flush with that, and that'll sit, I've got it jammed on there now, flush inside where the washer would be normally. It's the correct height when you sit that on there like that, for inside there. So that'll just press down over that. I thought, well, I could make that a real tight fit, but man, if that popped off going down the road, pops all the valve out, which you'd never find, and then you dump your air, and you know what happens then. So my next little brainwave was, I put that on there. It's got some flats on there, where that is. I got some grub screws here. So my next little mission was to drill and tap it in there, and I'll just scrub screw into one of those flats there, and that'll just hold that sleeve onto there. I mean, nothing has to be airtight there or anything like that, because the valve does all that down inside. And then I'll paint it, and no one will ever know, apart from all the YouTube followers. So that's yeah, I can't even read that, 5/16 BSW. So it's the right number of threads, 18 threads I think. I'll go and drill that out, and I'll make all that up, and I'll show you what it looks like when it's finished. And there we have it, with the unit on there. Looks better than I brought one. Have a bit of a think about what it is. As I said, haven't got a book. It's only a little line out of it. I think it's for the gauge, because it's a just 2 dials in that gauge, your primary and secondary tank, and I'm pretty sure that's for one of them. So, and it was slow to come up, so it could have been because of the gauze in there as well. It was having a bit of trouble getting the. So all that's clean now. I put some white thread sealant on there, paste. Don't like using tape. I try and avoid it where I can, because I've seen tape come off and end up in little valves and that. Just use the paste. I'll reassemble and put it back in the truck and try it out in the morning. I will if I've got time. Just let it harden overnight. So I'm going to wrap this video up here. Usual story, I'm not sure what's on the GoPro. I just try and grab a bit here and there and I'll chuck it together. Yeah, I've got a, we'll call it an add-on or attachment to go onto the truck. So that'll be in the next upload. Be something pretty cool to have on there. I'm in the process of building it now. I haven't even videoed anything yet, but I'll start and put something together this coming week. So again, thanks for watching, and appreciate you following, and hit the like button. It does help, gets it out there for me. So with that, I'll wrap it all up there and say thanks.